Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get into the show. Good morning, everyone. I gotta get on the move, y'all, because I gotta go into the office at 12 this morning. So I gotta make sure I'm there on time. So let's go ahead and get into the show. I don't have a very long show, okay, because I gotta get out of here. Good morning, everyone. Thanks, Moz, for being here. Of course, everything said in the video is alleged and in my opinion and is used for fair use and entertainment. All right, let's jump in as we always do. Okay, we're going to start this out with some Nolan Wells news, and then we're going to move along. We're going to definitely talk about the Shamea and Porsha drama, child, because there's a lot going on with that. My God, them two. Oh, they got my damn blood pressure up. But let's get into this. Shout out to D.L. Hughley. This is what I saw him posting here. They say, is it just me or have these friends been making some weird statements? Yeah, a lot of these so-called friends. I also saw this guy here. What is his name? We just talked about him yesterday. Tristan Shepard. I just saw a picture of him where he had on Make America Great Again, like some type of Nazi. And I'm like, I know good and damn well Nolan won't hanging around no Nazis, okay? It's given that he might be like one of those racist type, and I hope this was not one of Nolan's friends. This guy said, I've been knowing Nolan since I was a kid, and we were good friends, and that was my best friend. I was like, I hope Nolan was not hanging out with these types of people. But let's get into this. Let's go.
I just know I've lost my best friend.
This morning, a friend of Nolan Wells, who was with the 18-year-old the day he was last seen alive, is sharing what he says happened during a July 4th boat trip to an isolated barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Tristan Shepard declined to speak with us on camera because he says he and his friends are getting threats.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it.
Who is we? Pay attention to words. You try to fly by that, but I caught that. Who is we? We did nothing wrong here. Who is we? You should be saying I. Who are you speaking for? Did y'all catch that? We did nothing wrong. Okay.
All cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken.
Nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Who saw him die? First you said we didn't do nothing to him. Who is we? And then we didn't want to see him die? How do you know that he died? How do you know what happened to him?
So sure.
Viral video that investigators have been studying. Wells's parents worried it showed their son involved in a confrontation, but Shepard said that's him, not Wells.
That's the video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
Shepard says he took.
Nolan's mother already identified that was her son's voice. So now it sounds like Mr. Tristan Shepard is in on it with this Evan guy and all the other guys that were said to be in this pool that attacked Nolan for this 4th of July pool party, okay? I'm starting to see now that these guys have all got together and probably had like a meeting to say, this is what we're going to say. They're starting to close in on us. If anybody asks you anything, this is what you say. But a lot of times when people are nervous and they get to talking, what they don't need to say is what they say. So let's keep going.
A boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met.
They met that day, and it was kind of one of those things. It did come off that day that he really did like her, but that was the only time they've ever hung out was at Horn Island on July 4th.
Investigators believe Wells.
I just know I've lost my.
So I want you guys to listen very closely. I'm going to play it without stopping. Listen to what he had to say. When he's speaking, if you're giving a statement, you're saying I'm not sure what happened. I was on the island. This is what I witnessed. He's not saying he's speaking we in terms of a group of people. We means you and several other people, correct? Let's keep going.
Best friend.
This morning, a friend of Nolan Wells, who was with the 18-year-old the day he was last seen alive, is sharing what he says happened during a July 4th boat trip to an isolated barrier island off the Mississippi Gulf Coast. Tristan Shepard declined to speak with us on camera because he says he and his friends are getting threats.
We did no wrong here, and we don't understand how we're getting so much hate behind it. We all cared and loved Nolan, and nobody wanted to see Nolan die. Nobody wanted to see his life be taken so short.
Shepard addressed this viral video that investigators have been studying. Wells's parents worried it showed their son involved in a confrontation, but Shepard said that's him, not Wells.
That's the video I'm referring to. That's me yelling.
Shepard says he took a boat back from Horn Island in the late afternoon, but Wells stayed behind with a girl he had met.
They met that day, and it was kind of one of those things. It did come off that day that he really did like her, but that was the only time they'd ever hung out, was at Horn Island on July 4th.
Investigators believe Wells
I just know I've lost.
Drowned and say there were no immediate signs of foul play. But there is growing frustration in the community, and his parents are skeptical, telling GMA Wells left his phone behind and they tracked it to one of his friends.
It was showing the phone had been like it had. I was like, well, it's showing that he's back on land.
The sheriff said the parents have not turned over the phone to investigators. Their lawyers said they will. While the investigation goes on, Trayston Shepard wants the focus on his friend.
And let everybody mourn the loss of Nolan, and let us remember him as in like the sweet guy. I think everybody needs to let the investigation continue and let the facts be shown.
Shepard told us he has spoken to the police, and the sheriff's department said both he and other friends of Wells have been cooperative. Aaron Katursky, ABC News, Ocean Springs, Mississippi.
Were they giving lie detector tests when they gave their testimonies? Because a lot of their testimonies are not giving, they're not credible. They're not credible testimonies. One person is saying one thing, another person is saying another thing. Now I'm hearing they're trying to say that the picture of the pool party and the guys in the pool with Nolan standing there was on July 26th. Well, Nolan was not at their house on July 26th. So tell me how they're trying to now debunk a picture that happened on July 4th, around July 4th, July 5th, to try to say that, rewind time back to say that happened way back in June. There was no pool party, or Nolan was not at a pool party in June at their house. So it's a lot of conflicting stuff.
Drowned and say there were no immediate.
And this whole he drowned, like, again, if somebody drowned, did anyone hear somebody hollering for help? Did anybody see somebody splashing around? Like all these people on the island, and nobody saw Nolan drowning. And we already told you guys, his family said that he was, of course, he's an athlete. He was an avid swimmer. He knew how to swim. So what happened, right? What happened? What really happened? Okay. So it said that a viral video depicting the 4th of July party at a barrier island off the coast of Mississippi does not depict an argument involving Nolan Wells, a childhood friend of the late teen, said to ABC News Sunday in a broadcast exclusive. Said that this person here, Butch, says that, yeah, this has already been disproven by the owner of the boat in the video. This person, Elizabeth Ivy, says that I'm actually on the boat that you paused on, says that the guy heard yelling on our boat, said that he got in a fight and was pissed that we wouldn't let him leave the boat. It says that this video was taken at 4, said that the fight was already over. There were so many people, and I was focused on the guy who started the fight with the guy on our boat, making sure that he'd leave. Said it, so I could not confirm nor deny if it was Nolan that was there or not at the time. What it said that there was it was mostly white people there, Nolan and maybe one other black person. So how would you not know if Nolan was there? If it was only Nolan or a black person, right? So now you're trying to say all black people look alike. Said that the fight itself did not, however, involve Nolan himself. How do you know that? Okay. There's Nolan right there. There's Nolan right there. And y'all see, look who posted it. Being crumb. There's Nolan. So again, how did he get from the pool party back to the island and drown?
Is there anything you'd like people to know about Nolan? What would you like them to know about your son?
So we've seen that. We won't replay. So let's stop sharing, keep going, because I ran across some more stuff that I want to share with you guys as well. It's a lot of lies going on. It's a lot of lies. And now these friends are getting together and concocting their own whereabouts and their own stories about this situation. And it's going to blow up in their face once this second autopsy come back. All their ass is going to get quiet and go to running. Watch what I tell you.
Please report her 18-year-old son, Nolan Wells, missing last seen at 3 on Horn Island.
New audio from a dispatcher after Nolan Wells' mother contacted authorities when she learned her son was missing. 18-year-old Nolan went to Horn Island in a boat with friends on July 4th. His body was found 2 days later. It's unclear who Nolan was with when he disappeared. And now, new details from two people who were on the island. Trayston Shepard was not on the same boat with Nolan, but tells Rolling Stone he was with Nolan and a large group around 3:30 p.m. Many have speculated this video, widely circulated on social media, showed Nolan in an altercation. But Shepard says he's the man in that video having a disagreement.
So it's easier for this Trayston guy to say that it was him, because if they say that it was Nolan, then that points the finger to who was actually in the altercation, and that makes them look guilty in terms of whatever happened to Nolan, because it gives motive. So if you say, oh, it was just me fighting with this person, it wasn't a big deal, versus saying, oh yeah, Nolan was in an argument or altercation with someone else, it would not point the finger to like Evan and these other guys that were seen in this pool and that was seen on this boat. It takes the blame away from them to where they're not all in trouble for something that they did. Because it's too many pieces of evidence. It's too many people that's coming up and speaking. It's too many people saying that they saw Nolan into this argument with this guy. So for this Trayston dude, okay, who the mom I just found out says that she don't even know this guy. That's something else I'm going to tell y'all. Nolan's mom says in a post, and I think I still have it, that she don't even know this Trayston dude, that she's never seen him. So how the fuck are you a childhood friend and you've been around him and that you know Nolan so well? Now you speaking up like all these other people coming out of the blue saying that they know Nolan and you've been a childhood friend. Nolan's mom said in a whole post that she's never seen you before and she doesn't even know you. So why are you giving statements? Right? Why is he giving statements when the mom said she don't even know him?
That video, you hear somebody yelling, "That is me," Shepard told Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone reports Shepard's girlfriend, uncle, and a family friend corroborated his story.
So, it's really hard.
A close friend of Nolan's, Javon Williams, telling TMZ he saw Nolan on the 4th and would have done anything to help his friend.
That's my boy, and I want him to find justice. This whole case thing, whatever, this whole situation, and none of this adds up to me.
Nolan's parents told us they need more information.
We're having to pull straws because just everything's so inconsistent. And again, we're doing this because we want answers.
Do you think someone might have harmed your son?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer it.
Kate Snow joins us now in studio. Kate, it's been 9 days since he went missing. It's been a week since his body was recovered, and we still know so little from authorities.
Yeah, that is puzzling, Tom. We don't have results yet from the official autopsy or from the autopsy the family commissioned. NBC News has been reaching out multiple times to the coroner, to the sheriff. We're told the investigation is ongoing. Social media sleuths are trying to fill the gaps, Tom, but unfortunately, that means there's a lot of misinformation out there.
Hopefully the family will get some answers this week. All right, Kate, we thank you.
Yeah, this Trayston dude, Nolan's parents don't even know who the fuck he is. So I'm not sure where he came from or why he's even giving statements. Weird. If any of my friends, if my son's friends grew up with him, if they've been around him, 9 times out of 10, the parents gonna know who they are because you done been to his house, you done hung out with him, you probably play sports with him, y'all go to school together, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all in pictures together, doing things, Snapchats and all of that, all the things that young kids do. Like for the mom to be like, yeah, I've never seen this person. I don't even know who the fuck he is. So that's weird. But let's continue on. Let's get into this Judge Ashley Cole, because I dug up some stuff on her. Let's get on her. Okay. And she also has a complaint on her too, well, a couple complaints. So let's get into that. Shout out to Real Girl Politics, because this is where I saw this one. So a formal complaint filed against Judge Ashley Cole, which is the stepmom to one of the guys who was said to be probably involved in the disappearance of Nolan Wells. So it's filed against Judge Ashley Cole in the Nolan Wells case. So listen to this. A formal judicial complaint has been filed against Judge Ashley Cole in connection with her public statement about the death of Nolan Wells. The complaint alleges that Judge Cole violated provisions of the Mississippi Constitution, the Mississippi Code of Judicial Conduct, and the Memorandum of Understanding Governing Judicial Ethics. Ooh, get on her ass. Now, supporters of the complaint argued that because Judge Cole's stepson, Warren, has been publicly identified as being connected to the events surrounding Nolan Wells' death, her public comments about the case raised concern about impartiality and judicial ethics. The complaint asked Mississippi's judicial oversight authorities to review whether her actions were appropriate and consistent with the ethical obligations of a sitting judge. It is important to note that filing a judicial complaint is not a finding of misconduct. It is a request for an independent review. The Mississippi Commission on Judicial Performance will determine whether any judicial rules or ethical standards were violated. As of now, Judge Cole has not been found to have committed any ethical violations. The Wells family has continued to call for transparency, accountability, and a full investigation into Nolan's death. The judicial complaint represents another effort by community members to seek independent oversight of issues they believe deserve further review. All right, so y'all see this? The issue they're saying is that Judge Ashley Cole has clearly violated Article 6, Section 177A of the Mississippi Constitution, the Code of Judicial Conduct, and a Memorandum of Understanding, which is the MOU. Her actions in the death of Nolan Wells raised serious ethical and constitutional concerns. And all she had to do was shut the fuck up. Because you initially said, oh, I'm not speaking on this. You took down all your social media stuff, but I think knowing that they're once they announced that they were doing a second autopsy is when she reactivated her account and started doing all this damn talking. Nobody asked you to say nothing. You're not on this case. You're not presiding over this case. You have nothing to do with this case. You didn't want anything to do with it, hence the reason why you deactivated. And then you came back to say all these people are giving you death threats. You're afraid, but then you're still talking, giving statements. And now you found yourself being reported. They said, why this matters, judicial accountability. Judges are not above the law. They must follow the same rules they enforce. Public trust means that when a judge acts unethically, it undermines the public's trust in the judicial system or justice system. The justice for Nolan Wells says that we honor Nolan Wells by demanding truth, transparency, and justice. What happened is a Judge Ashley Cole's stepson, Warren, is tied to this case and he was the one seen in the pool and was said to be one of the guys that attacked Nolan Wells, allegedly. So that she stated that she was not there. She proceeded to give facts of the case as if she was. And that's a conflict of interest as well. So this is a clear violation of the Code of Judicial Conduct, and it's completely unethical. They said this is not just misconduct. This is a breach of the public trust. So what are we asking you to do? 1, file a formal complaint, submit a complaint against Judge Ashley Cole, make your voice heard. Your voice matters. Your action creates change. Help hold the system accountable. Let's build a movement for justice, transparency, and reform. Okay, and this just gives you the information on how to file. So they're asking several people, I guess, to file against Ashley Cole because she has been acting unethically. All right, moving on, honey. Speaking of her, I ran over something that she also involved herself in, and they were asking for her to be recused, just like they're asking for Judge Roach. Let's look at that. This Ashley Cole person, honey, is doing the effing most. All right, check this out. Motion to recuse to be reversed and that judge be recused from hearing this matter and that a new judge be assigned. It sounds like some type of DV situation may have happened and she tried to be involved and she was directly connected in some type of way. That's what it sounds like. So a statement of reasons why relief should be granted. Mississippi Uniform Chancery Court Rule 1.11 states in pertinent part, any party may move for the recusal of a judge of the Chancery Court if it appears that the judge's impartiality might be questioned by a reasonable person knowing all the circumstances or for the grounds provided in the Code of Judicial Conduct or otherwise as provided by law. So let's go ahead and read into some things that's going on here because this Judge Ashley Cole was involved in this shit here too. All right. Petitioner submits that the impartiality of the judge might be questioned in this case by a reasonable person knowing all the circumstances, including the facts surrounding the previous case between Katie and the judge's husband. So petitioner's legal counsel represented the former spouse of judge's husband in contentious emergency custody litigation against judge's husband. Some parts of the testimony in that matter involved judge's husband's treatment of his children while in the home with the judge. And I said that some of the testimony in the matter involved statements made by the judge to the police regarding the taking of the children's phones. A subpoena was issued for judge to testify as a witness at the matter and to bring her cell phone records. Brady Law Firm attempted to contact the judge via email regarding the subpoena. Any reasonable person knowing these circumstances would question whether a judge would be impartial based on the facts that petitioner's legal counsel represented the former spouse of judge husbands in a contentious emergency custody case against the judge's husband. So how the fuck are you a judge and a witness? Is that how they do it in Mississippi? Now, further, Katie, the former spouse of the judge's husband, will testify at the trial of this matter regarding the allegations of adultery, habitual cruel and inhumane treatment, custody, and other matters, as Katie witnessed the interactions of the parties for many years. So you witnessed all of these things happening with kids as a sitting judge, and you did not report none of this? You said that this happened for years. You watched these interactions for years, but you will now come because it's in a court of law to come and testify when you probably didn't even report the shit when it was going on for years. Okay, so it is important to petitioner's case that Katie's testimony be given a fair consideration. It is reasonable to believe that judge impartiality might be questioned when she is asked to fairly and objectively consider the testimony of her husband's former spouse, who was involved in a hostile custody battle with her husband approximately 1 year ago. Petitioner is entitled to put on her evidence and call her witness to have a court fairly objectively weigh that evidence and testimony. This court must step in and provide petitioner with a fair and unbiased trier of fact, okay, as she is entitled to a fair trial. So what do y'all think about that? So it sounds like Judge Ashley involved herself in her now husband ex-wife's situation, and it was a direct conflict of interest because you're the wife. Like, why are you testifying and why are you trying to rule in this case as a judge and be a witness because it's a conflict of interest in this case? So they were asking for her to be recused in this particular case. So she found herself in another situation. But let's move on. Okay, yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and play for you guys this Daniel Irving piece that I found as well, because we were talking about him. So let's see what else we can find out on that. Yeah, that judge, honey, she needs to sit down somewhere. 18-year-old Daniel Irving drowned while out on a lake with two friends. Now the friends have been arrested for tampering with evidence, now allegedly hiding his clothes, deleting messages, discarding his phone, and hoping no one would find the body. I wonder why. Because if he just jumped off of this bridge, alleged bridge, and he drowned, then that's different. Then you call 911, say, hey, my friend jumped off the bridge and my friend drowned. And then you wait for the police to get there and give them all the accounts and statements that you can. But when you start to delete messages and all of that, it kind of gives that maybe there was some other foul play. Maybe you held him under the water. Maybe, you were waiting down there when he jumped from the what was it, a bridge or whatever it was that he jumped from, and you guys got to tussling in the water and something happened. Maybe he hit his head and you were the cause of his death. I don't know. I'm just thinking hypothetically. I told you I watch a lot of crime shows, but at the end of the day, you didn't report it and you hid evidence. And I feel like that's going to be some more charges in this Nolan Wells case, not to double back, but with all the guys that may have been involved in this, giving false testimony, hiding things, deleting pictures, all of that is directly connected with tampering with evidence, and you will definitely be getting charges for that if and when they find out that you did. But let's go ahead and get into what happened here with this Daniel Irving case. All right, let's go. Alabama shout out. Let's get into you.
We have a major break tonight to tell you about in the death of a North Texas teen. It was supposed to be a fun day of fishing for 3 young men at Lake Ray Hubbard. Instead, it turned deadly after the group jumped in to swim, and 18-year-old Daniel Irving never resurfaced. Now, months later, police have arrested a 19-year-old they say tried to cover up and hide what actually happened that day. Fox 4's Alex Boyer picks up our top story from there.
According to Dallas police, text messages prove that the victim and suspect knew each other and had made plans to meet up and go to a lake back in April. Now, the victim, Daniel Irving, never came home. His mom reported him missing. It wasn't until nearly 3 months after his body was recovered that police have made an arrest in connection to the case.
19-year-old Lucas Roper is accused of tampering with evidence in connection to the drowning death of 18-year-old Daniel Irving in Lake Ray Hubbard back in April. Irving's body was discovered on April 17th, 4 days after he is believed to have drowned. Irving had reportedly gone to the lake with Roper and a juvenile suspect to swim and go fishing. Days after his body was recovered, Irving's family held this news conference demanding answers.
What do we want? Justice for Daniel Irving. When do we want it? Now.
Irving's family said then that they wanted a full and transparent investigation. On July 9th, Roper was...
Who was allowing their minor child to go fishing and swimming with someone with no adults there to chaperone this? So it was this white guy, Daniel Irving, and a minor child who went with them to go and fish and swim. Again, who is allowing their to go and swim in a lake, mind you, and jumping off bridges. So what responsible parent would allow their minor child to be with 2 older kids like this, okay, to be in that type of situation? Weird. The music is creepy. I did hear y'all say, I did see y'all say that the music is very creepy. It is.
By Dallas police on 1 count of tampering with physical evidence. According to an arrest warrant affidavit, Roper was interviewed by detectives after Irving's body was found. Roper told police after the 3 of them had jumped into the lake from the railroad track bridge, Irving drowned and Roper panicked. Instead of calling 911, the affidavit states Roper told investigators he deleted all communication with Daniel Irving from his cell phone, adding that Roper confirmed he was aware that there would be an investigation into...
I gotta pause because my thing is, if Daniel Irving could not swim, I'm looking at the height of this bridge down into the water. Okay, that's kind of high. A person who can't swim, I don't feel would just jump off of a bridge like that. I mean, I'm just thinking hypothetically. Do y'all agree? If Daniel Irving could not swim, now was he pushed? Because y'all know how peer pressure can be with kids that want to do some crazy, wild, dangerous shit. Come on, let's jump down. He's like, bitch, I'm not about to jump down here, right? So could he have maybe pushed him down in there and then panic when he saw him down there splashing around and he wound up going down and didn't come back up and said, oh my God, he drowned. So now you got to figure out how you're going to cover up this situation that you created. I'm just saying hypothetically, okay? That's what it's given. If Daniel Irving could not swim, then that's probably what happened. Maybe he pushed him. Hence the reason why he was deleting messages in his phone to even delete the fact that they were even meeting up that day, right? He was getting rid of all that evidence, like, oh, he never met me. Like me messaging him saying, hey, let's go to such and such place to go and jump off this bridge and swim and fish and da-da-da-da. He didn't want any record or trace of that conversation between the 2 of them. So the fact that you also hid his clothes, like, it just kind of gives me pause and makes me feel like more happened than you guys jumping, because I know a lot of our Black kids don't know how to swim. They are afraid of water, okay? Maybe he just went to fish, okay? Maybe he didn't want to swim, because most Black people, they can't swim like that. They won't jump, especially jumping off of a fucking bridge. I just don't see him doing that. I feel like maybe he have been pushed. I don't know if I'm getting psychic powers from somewhere, but I just feel like he might have been pushed now that I'm looking at this video. And I've watched it now like 3 times. Now that I'm looking at it again, something just giving me this weird, eerie feeling that maybe this guy, okay, this guy may have pushed him off of this bridge and thought that it was like some kind of joke or something. And the shit went left and went wrong. And maybe he did start splashing around and drown. Right? That's what it's giving me. I don't know.
Daniel Irving's death, and he did not want to get into trouble, and states Roper threw Daniel Irving's clothes in the tree line as they fled the location. The juvenile suspect also told investigators he admitted he threw Daniel Irving's cell phone from the vehicle after suspect Roper told him to.
We, the family, are deeply inclined these individuals intended on no one looking for Daniel. Fighting.
So this Roper guy also roped the younger guy who was with them, the minor, into this crime because you asked him to throw out Daniel's phone out the fucking window to help get rid of evidence. So now you got this young boy into a situation when all y'all had to do was call 911 and say, hey, there was an emergency or accident or whatever where my friend may have jumped or fell from this bridge and he drowned. Can someone get here now? Had you reported it, this situation wouldn't even be where it is. Now you're going to be looked at as the person of interest in this person's death. And you done hit evidence which directly connects you to this and makes you look guilty. Weird, right?
For Daniel, advocating for Daniel.
Irving's siblings said his young life was full of promise.
He had just begun his recruitment to the U.S. Army. He was trained with discipline. He carried himself with a purpose. He believed in building a life of service.
So he had just signed up to go to the Army. Another black man with a promising future who was getting ready to leave and start his career, start the next phase of his life, just like Nolan. Nolan's getting ready to leave that Monday to start his sporting career. This young man here, Daniel Irving, just signed up to be in the military, and then this shit happens.
Been tough on our family. Daniel was our protector, and I have nothing but good things to say about him. He was a good kid, and he just didn't deserve that.
So I see someone putting in my chat saying that Daniel was on a swim team. Okay, so that does prove that he didn't know how to swim. Hypothetically, let's say hypothetically, if he was pushed or if he jumped into the water, if something was underneath in the water that he may have hit or may have hit his head, that could have been, something. Or again, I feel like he was pushed. I feel like if they jumped off this, he's saying they jumped off the bridge. I feel like he was pushed off this bridge. And if that happened, maybe he hit something that was down below in the water. Okay. And I feel like they panicked when that happened and they immediately started trying to cover up whatever was going on in that situation. And he used the young boy to help him do it. But I feel like if they continue to question that younger boy, he's going to crack. Okay. Because kids, you can ask them different questions in different ways and get a different answer. Right. I mean, that's what they do in interrogations anyway. Shit, they do that to adults. They can ask you the same question 25 different times and get a different answer if you're lying. But if the truth gonna be the same every time. So this is sad. This is sad, right?
We have a major break.
So there's that. Let's keep going, child. Ooh, honey. Let's get into crazy Claressa, honey. Crazy Claressa is snapping off. Her family is going off on her ass too, and they're exposing her. So let's get into it because she's fighting with her family, y'all. Claressa Shields allegedly is banning her cousin from their great-grandmother's funeral, child, and kicked her sister out of the car in Flint, Michigan, and then went on a live stream to trash talk her sister in front of her kids. Now, that's foul, right? I don't care what situation you're having in your family. Family fall out all the time. But what you don't do is do that. Talk about the mama and shit in front of the kids. Like, that's some foul shit, right? Like, that's foul. Claressa, you wrong for that. And then how you gonna tell somebody that you banning them from a great grandmother's funeral? Like, who are you to tell somebody that they can't come to a fucking funeral? But let's get into this. Shout out to Live Bites, honey.
But I called my auntie to make sure that she was cool, and my auntie went and picked her up. You in a big bad wolf shot, little don't bother me. The fuck? Y'all don't bother me at all. In the morning, I'll be on the plane, and I have made arrangements. For your kids since you want to stay in Flint for 2 days, 3 days actually, miss your flight, and then you want to catch a Greyhound back, and you got a 1300 first class flight back to Atlanta. I'm telling you, this girl about to get cut off, bro. I'm telling you, and I already told her ass. Soon as you jump online, lying on me again, I got something for you. You don't get to get on here and lie and say that I done stuff to you that I didn't do. Then you want me to pay.
Was that a threat? get on here and lie again, and I got something for you. What do you got for her? You gonna beat her up?
Your bills, bro. You don't get to do that. If you want to go back to Flint and live in the Regencies, baby, go back. The fuck? All I want is my peace, bro. Peace. I want my peace. I want my quietness. That's all I want. But I called my auntie to make sure that she...
Claressa, stop fucking lying. What the fuck you do is lie. What the fuck, bitch? So your security guard didn't knock my. First of all, bitch, I got to the room. It was when you was leaving out the goddamn room. I went and got my shit. Bitch, you want?
Girl, you and this 1 gig internet. Like, I need y'all to get it together.
Some fucking body.
I'm trying to get in your business right quick, and your internet is kind of fucked up a little bit.
Yo, you always want to twist the damn narrative, bitch. Just say what the fuck happened. You and your security guard weird as fuck. Bitch, and you think a motherfucker's supposed to... No, bitch, no. That ain't how the fuck it go, ho. I wouldn't have had to fucking get in the car with fucking Auntie Tammy or none of that shit, bitch. If you would have let me in the car. You put my shit out the car. Did you or did you not remove my suitcase out the car? Bitch, your security guard knocked my food out my motherfucking hand talking about I can't get in his car eating this. And knock my motherfucking food out my fucking hand with the dough. And y'all know I'm a fucking antagonizing ass bitch and my food ain't hit the motherfucking ground. So I ate that shit with my motherfucking hands and I was drunk as fuck anyways. Bitch,
we know you ain't gonna miss no meal, honey.
If I didn't want to, why wouldn't I want to go home? Why wouldn't I want to go home? Like, make it make sense, bitch. You sound stupid as fuck. Bitch, you always trying to twist the fucking narrative. Claressa.
So, child, it said, laying my beautiful granny, great granny to rest. So good to see all my family. Oh, really? So Claressa and her friend, her family, child, they are fighting, and I guess that's her sister or cousin that she is putting on Front Street, child, and telling her she ain't welcome to come there. She bought her 1,800 first class ticket, and now she don't want to be on the damn plane and all this other stuff. And now Claressa done up and threatened her, saying, hey, get on live one more time and lie on me, and I got something for you. I don't know why Claressa want to just fight everybody. It's just not that serious, right? But hopefully they figure out. Family always falling out, child. And most of the time it's when somebody dies in the family, unfortunately, right? That should be a time when everybody should come together and try to uplift each other, throw your arms around each other and help everybody grieve together. But unfortunately, especially in the Black community, when someone dies, especially big mama, grandma, child, is when everybody gonna get together and be up and ready to fight and cuss each other out and be fighting over stuff that wasn't or was left in the will to this person or wasn't left to that person. It's just a fucking mess. Like, we got to do better, right? We've got to do better. I've seen this happen so many times, right? Damn. Hopefully they figure it out, child. Can you please come from upstairs and check Claressa, because she is wrong right now, okay? If you're up there. If you're upstairs, please come down and check her, because she is out here doing the fucking most. All right, moving on. Let's get into this bullshit with Shamea and damn Porsha, child, because baby, the shit has hit the fan. All right, and baby, when shit hit the fan, it starts to spray, and baby, it is a mess. It's a funky, hot ass mess. So let's get into the post, this infamous post. For those of you that follow me, I went ahead last night. As soon as I got off live, this shit dropped. And I said, yeah, I'm not going live again. So I'll address it tomorrow in my show. Here we are. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Porsha, honey. Porsha, so y'all can see this her. Okay, Porsha was acting up on Twitter. Baby, she is in the Bahamas on vacation with her girlfriend, Sway. And she just so happened to see this was going on where Shamea was still popping out talking shit about her mom, and Porsha decided she had time today, baby, during her vacation to up and read Shamea's ass down and put Shamea's business out there. And who was all there for it? Oh, that would be me. So let's get into it. Porsha says, wait, just catching up here in the Bahamas. Say, yo, I can't believe that there are actually people talking about my mother and mentioning my daughter in a negative way. Was this really worth it? I said that Shamea took this way too far. Now, you're not innocent while you've got people discussing my mom because of a lie you told on this show. Oh, girl. Said that if we're going to discuss it, Let's keep it between us. Says that now let's discuss you sleeping with your manager who's married to one of your high school friends, as well as a pastor in Decatur who's 100% on your roster, along with many more. Now, I did tell y'all that there are rumors circulating all over the Atlanta streets, honey, that Shamea be out there wop dropping and thought shopping. I done told y'all asses that. Now, not to say that Porsha is telling the truth all the time, but there are rumors out there that Shamea be out there like riding around and getting it. I'm just saying. So let's get into some shit because, baby, it's a lot of stuff going on with this. So, Porsha, let me find out. Porsha said she been sitting on this shit for a hot little minute, too. So, of course, y'all know Shamea is doing the fucking most. She was talking a lot of shit, and Porsha was like, "Oh, I got you, baby. Let me go ahead and air your ass out right quick and add her ass out like a drop top Mercedes." But let's get into it. So, let's get into this clip because I played this for you guys yesterday, where Kenya says that she witnessed a conversation and witnessed some very fucked up interactions between Shamea and Porsha about Shamea coming on and getting her peach. So I'm gonna play it again so you guys can see what the hell is going on. Here we go.
As a housewife years ago, and Shamea refused to do it or could not do it. I'm not really clear about the details, but in any event, she couldn't do it. She didn't do it. She did not accept the offer to be a housewife or to interview to be a housewife. And I remember a specific conversation being filmed where Shamea brought up something. Maybe it was her wedding. Maybe it was Porsha not being supportive of her. But I remember Porsha saying something to the effect of, "Why are you doing this? Why are you over here? Why are you doing this? Do you need the money that bad?" And I think Shamea was like shocked, like, what, where is she going with this? And the gist of the conversation was, can't you just let me have this and you go over and do what you need to do? But this is my platform. You need to go and either be my support system or go away. That was the gist of the conversation. Now, I've been on that show, was on that show, still employed, not on the show currently, but for 12 years. I've seen and heard a lot. I've never lied on anybody. Never. Y'all know that. I just remember thinking, is that a friendship or a relationship of convenience? They had asked Shamea to be on Housewives as a housewife years ago. And Shamea refused to do it or could not do it. I'm not really clear about the details, but in any event, she couldn't do it. She didn't do it. She did not accept the offer to be a housewife or to interview to be a housewife. And I remember a specific conversation being filmed where Shamea brought up something. Maybe it was her wedding. Maybe it was Porsha not being supportive of her. But I remember Porsha saying something to the effect of, "Why are you doing this? Why are you over here? Why are you doing this? Do you need the money that bad?" And because a friendship, you cheer your friends on no matter what. And I just remember this saying that Oprah said before, like, if you have a friend that even shows you a hint of them not wanting you to succeed or climb the rung in a ladder, they are not your friend.
Period.
I strongly believe that. If I don't have a girlfriend that's on the sidelines and me like, "Go girl, you better do that. What can I do for you? I'm going to call the producers. I'm going to call the network. I'm going to do everything I can. I need you by my side." I've done that before for a friend of mine, to the point where I'm putting my own job in jeopardy because I'm like, y'all should look at this girl. She is dynamic. She's beautiful. She is a housewife. She is the one you're looking for. And you're overlooking her and going so far out of my way. People were like, "What is going on? What is the situation with you and this friend?" Because she was somebody I truly cared about. She's my friend. And I believe she would be good in that role. However, that's not what I see with Shamea and Porsha. What I see is jealousy. What I see is somebody putting their foot on somebody's neck and saying, "You stay down there. I want to be the queen of this. You go find your own thing," which is basically what she said. I mean, I think we already know what that is. It's not a friend. Anyways, no friend I would want to have.
Even now to the fact of you saying to Andy, "Oh, then I always want her to be a part of the friend group." Andy, have I always wanted Shamea to be on the show as a housewife?
Yes.
Yes. You and I both know we sat down and had a whole conversation about me being a part of this friend group. And you said, "Shamea, you sing, you dance, you act, you got the hops, all this stuff." You said this was your thing. This is your friend group. I'll bring you on as my friend on the show. But no, I think it might mess up our friendship if you actually come on as a full-time housewife. That's what you said.
Why are you
So
lying?
I've always held on to that. Why would I lie? Why would I lie about that? That's what you said.
I don't have a reason to lie.
But you do,
So that's what I'm trying to figure out.
But
Why are
you
you
do.
still doing it?
Even now.
Child. We talked about this shit yesterday. All right, so let's get into this right here. Shout out to my girl Millichan on this one. All right, this was originally shared from, I think, the Jasmine brand. Yeah. But let's get into this where Shamea is actually talking about her peach and her getting her peach. All right, let's get into it. Shout out to Millichan and Jasmine brand on this one. Let's go.
What you're from Atlanta. You're in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
You meet all of the qualifications in order to be official with the peach. Is it that you don't want the peach, or has the peach never been offered to you?
No, the peach has been offered several seasons.
Okay.
And I hate to sound like that because it sounds so like, "Oh, you think I had a peach or I was offered a peach." But no, really, it really truly was. Candy can vouch, just so can Porsha. The problem is when you are a peach holder, you have to show all of your life. And that includes my husband.
Yes.
And whereas he supports me being a part of Real Housewives of Atlanta, he doesn't want to be a part of it. So I have to respect that. You know, I mean, my family and my home life is my priority. And I guess for as long as he won't be a part of the show, I won't hold the peach.
Okay.
And that's just kind of the way it is. So I'm fortunate enough to be able to hang out and play with the girls as a friend. And I'm okay in my friend role. So when I see comments like, oh, she wants a peach so bad, I'm like, you know, I would love to be able to showcase all aspects of my life. But I'm okay with not having a peach. I'm financially stable. I'm happy in my marriage. I'm happy in my home. And I'm happy with my role as a friend of. I still get to kiki with my girl. And it's all good.
So why not keep that role of being friend of? If you don't need the money, like what were you hoping to do? Because you still are on the platform. And not to say that she can't have a peach, because ultimately your husband doesn't want to have anything to do with this show. We've already seen it. He don't want to film. He don't want to be seen on camera. None of that. So why not just keep the friend of role? Okay. If you want to be on the show, it sounds like you don't need it. You said you're financially secure. You're happy in your marriage. We know a lot of marriages go kaput after they decide to be on reality shows. We've seen it time and time again. Look at Monique Samuels. I mean, look at Greg and Nene. Like, look at the problems that's going on with what's the child name? Look at Ashley and her husband. Okay, like it's so many people whose marriages have gone down the drain from being on reality TV. So I really feel like you should have to take all those things into consideration. Your husband even offered you a huge amount of money, Shamea, not to come on this show, and you turned it down and still wanted to be on this show to get a fucking peach. So what is it? What is it about having this peach? Being on this show and arguing with bitches all fucking day in every scene versus you say you want peace. You don't have peace. You crying on national television. I mean, can we be politically correct here? You're crying on national television with this person that you've been friends with for over 20 some odd years and knows all your business. You know all of hers. Like, what is the point? If my husband is saying to me, I don't want nothing to do with this show. I'd rather focus on our marriage. You have a sick child. You're trying to have another child where your husband is demanding that you have this son. You're trying to open all these businesses. I mean, great. Even if you want to stay on the show as a friend of, you still have the platform to promote I know you said you have a rum business that you're trying to start. You can promote that in addition to other things and bring awareness to whatever is going on with your daughter, to any other mother that may be dealing with that same situation. You still have that platform. You're still, I think you said, still working with the Hawks and all of this other. So you still have things going on. I'm just not sure why it is so important for you to have bumped up to get this peach to be on the show, because you're not really giving shit any fucking way. I'm just saying, Shamea, you're not giving anything anyway this season. You walking away from scenes when shit get real hot and people are looking like, okay, Shamea, this is your moment. And you're not taking that moment. You sat there with Angela and requested to have a whole conversation with her. And as soon as Angela got to digging in your ass, what did you do? You got up and sashayed your BBL up out of there and then sat in the car and wanted to talk to production when you could have sat there and had that scene. As a peach holder, peach holders got to put in work. Peach holders got to have those hard moments. Peach holders have to have those altercations and hard conversations. And you weren't willing to do that. You are not giving what needs to be given as a peach holder. So just like Cynthia Bailey, Cynthia Bailey held a peach for years. Even she stepped back and took a friend of role. It's not to say that you're not that girl, because Cynthia is still that girl, very much so on the show, but she just knows that she don't have shit going on. So she's going to be a supporting actress to the other bitches on here that have peaches that also ain't halfway giving shit this season. Porsha, you didn't hardly give shit either. I'm just be honest. Phaedra, you didn't give shit. Kelly, you gave nothing. Nada. Zero. Shamea, you gave nothing. So respectfully, bump yourself on back down, baby, the peach holder, and find something else to do, period.
Exactly. And I think that you're just showcasing that, you know, for you, your family, and your marriage, that sanctity is more important than being on the show.
Absolutely. And I won't dismiss the fact that the show gives you a platform like no other. But my priority is my family, and and I have no regrets.
What you?
So this is how you felt prior to getting the peach. What changed? Your priority is your family. You still went and took this stupid ass peach, and now your husband be sitting looking on camera like somebody is about to rob the house. That's the way Gerald be looking. When they put the camera on Gerald, it looked like it's some powman in y'all house get ready to rob y'all because he don't want to be on fucking camera, right? He's very uncomfortable. He don't want to do that, and it's like you're forcing him into doing something he don't want to do, and it's gonna cause some friction. Your focus really should be, like you said, on your family and on your work, right? Your husband is offering you $50,000 not to be on the fucking show. I probably would take it and focus on my marriage. But I don't know. Y'all sound off on that, okay? All right, so let's get into the things of the things. Because, baby, they are acting up. Let's get into these comments between Shamea and damn Porsha. Now, I saw somewhere that there was a 2020 interview that was saying that Porsha and her mama, Miss Diane, aren't really Williams, that they're using that because of the weight that is carried with the Hosea Williams Foundation or whatever the fuck is going on. They're saying that Porsha is not even really a Williams, but they're clout riding that name or riding on the clout of that name in order to get the, I guess, fame, attention, clout, whatever the case may be that's attached to this whole Hosea Williams situation. So that's what I saw on social media, girl, that Porsha and her mama aren't real Williamses, that their name really is something else, but they changed their name to Williams because of Hosea Williams being whoever he is to her, grandfather, whoever, uncle, and she wanted that name because of the weight that it carried. I did see that. We got a super sticker. Let's acknowledge that. Shout out to, let me go back to my main screen. I always like to acknowledge. Thank you so much, Miss Darlene Chestnut, for the $5 super chat, baby. Thank you so much for supporting the platform. Okay, we love you down for that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody else, for being here as well. AAM Gray says, speak real. Y'all know I'm always give y'all the real true Hollywood story, honey. Hey, this is how he did it. Thanks for being here, love. All right, and everyone else in the building. Thank y'all. Y'all said Miss Diane was married to Porsha's father. Miss Diane, I hear, was a hot ass mess back in the day. She has the same. I think Porsha learned what she learned from her mama, so to speak. The way Porsha is they said how Miss Diane was back in the day. All right. A hot box. Okay. Tripping Hard said that Shima is jealous of Porsha, period. Said that money has nothing to do with shit. So I don't care. Okay. All right. All right. So let's get into this mess, child. Let's get into this mess. According to Bravo Shade Room, people are sounding off about this drama that's going on between Porsha and damn Shamea. They've been going off, child, over there on the good Twitter, talking all types of mess. But let's get into it, child. Y'all pardon me, I'm sipping on my tea, honey. So the tea, speaking of tea, so the tea I heard they're saying years ago is that Miss Diane and Shamea's mom were besties, but they fell out because they were interested in the same dude, but Miss Diane got him, honey. I told y'all Miss Diane, they say, had that thing yang back then. And yeah, she's kind of how Porsha is now, how Miss Diane was back then. Now, they said eventually Shamea's mom retaliated by buying the daycare that Miss Diane owned, said that it was up and stuck after that. So it's like, oh, you took my man, so bitch, I'm gonna buy your business. Ooh, that's messy. Now, it goes on to say, this person said that, and for the record, Shamea secured her spot last night, meaning on the show, said that she ain't going nowhere, said that, mark my words, y'all can push whatever narrative you want, but she's here to stay. What did she, how did she do that? I'm trying to figure that out. She didn't do nothing but tell Porsha business and go cry. That validated her on the show. Oh, okay. The next person says, Rev Bree says that y'all know Shamea wasn't asking which one. Said that she asked what's his name to show Porsha was lying. So whenever Porsha was throwing out insinuations that Shamea was sleeping with all these people, sleeping with this, or Shamea's mom slept with this uncle or person in whoever's family, noticed that they said that Shamea asked which one so that Porsha could give a name because she felt like Porsha was lying. Notice anytime Porsha get into an argument with somebody, they slept with a pastor. Y'all notice that? Now, didn't she do the same thing to Kelly? Not to say that Kelly didn't sleep with a pastor, but notice now that Porsha is fighting with Shamea. Her go-to now is, oh, and you slept with this married pastor. This is like the second married pastor. Is this like a thing now? That anytime Porsha gets mad with somebody, her automatic go-to is, oh, let me air you out about this married pastor that you slept with. Not to say that Shamea didn't, because like I said, there have been rumors about Shamea being a little thought monster out here. But let's continue. So this person here says that the way I hollered when Phaedra said that Kelly should have gotten Crest whitening strips and took that $69,972 to pay her bills. I said the same goddamn thing. Same thing, bitch. Crest white strips would have gone and taken you there. All right, yes, girl, good little whitening. You ain't have to go and spend no $70K on your teeth when you ain't had a fucking place to stay, girl. Like, what are we doing? Teeth or shelter? Teeth or shelter? Pick one, girl. Oh, that's so messy. I love it. All right, let's keep going. That was funny though. Teeth or shelter, girl. Teeth or shelter. So this person said it's a lot to unpack here, but Shamea won that round. Said it like she said, I knew it was coming. Said that her and Porsha haven't spoken all season, and you don't get online talking about somebody's mama and don't think you gonna get checked on it. And did. Said it, and yes, and Shamea said which brother, because she knows that Porsha can't put a name on it. That's how you call her out on a damn lie. Said that them girls been friends since damn high school, and they know everything about each other, family and damn included. Right, I believe that. I know they know some deep, dark secrets about each other. There's no fucking way you could be friends with a person for 20 some odd years and you don't know their deep, dark secrets. Y'all done pillow talk. Y'all done told some shit. She done cried to you about some stuff. So if they really wanted to air each other out, which I kind of, a little bit, the petty side of me kind of hope you do, because that's going to be some great views for me. But ultimately, I mean, I feel like since y'all have gone there and there's to the point of no return, like since you're airing out, girl, continue to air out. Is that wrong for me to say that? Is that wrong? I feel like since y'all already went there, shit, I'm just kind of like pushing you, pushing you on over there, right? Pushing you on into Pettyville, shit. So this next person said, and for the record, Shamea secured in her, yeah, we don't care about it. We already saw it. Yeah, I don't feel like that secured her in any way. I feel like she just aired some shit out. But let's see. Said that Porsha absolutely did not support Shamea during her wedding, pregnancy, and joining the show's cast. Said that we watched it in real time, but Shamea is going to lose this battle because, well, this is Porsha's platform and always will be. Well, I think it's already been determined that Porsha is the star. She is the highest paid housewife. Okay, that's already been established. We already saw that. You saw that from the seating chart, from how the reunion is going to sit. Whoever's sitting in first chair near the host of the show is actually that girl. So Porsha is first chair. And I really believe that maybe Shamea won first chair now because she feels like maybe she earned it. She has the husband, she has the businesses, she has the money, she has the lifestyle, all the things that Porsha thought she had that no longer has. But she is still holding that top spot. And I feel like these two girls may be in a battle of who is that girl now, right? That's what it gives. So they said that Shamea has a valid bone to pick with Porsha, and she should have instead said that she soft launched those grievances last season to everyone but Porsha, then cowered and held her tongue when things came to a head. This person says, I don't think that she wanted to lose Porsha's friendship. She wanted respect and genuine support, which she will never now get, especially being a peach holder. And I love how Porsha said, I love Porsha down, but we know what's up. A lot of people starting to see through the bullshit. I feel like, and I said it yesterday, I feel like Porsha's one of those friends that we can be friends as long as you don't surpass me, as long as you don't try to share my platform and try to outdo me and outshine me. You have friends that are that way. Those are not friends. Those are silent enemies. Like, check your friendships, check your circle. I say it all the time. If you got a bitch that don't applaud you when you move up and do great things, and they're always throwing that slick shade, oh, you got a new car. Guess who got a new car, girl? Versus saying, girl, I love you got a new car. Your car is all of that, right? You got to watch those type of friends that throw that slick shade and they try to hide it in compliments, but it's really not, but it's shade. You got to watch those types because they're not your friends. Porsha, I feel like it was more convenient for Shamea to be around Porsha because Porsha likes to have lap dogs and yes men around her. And I feel like Shamea, for the longest time, have been a yes man for Porsha, and that's what Porsha likes around her. That's who she keep around her. Her sister is a yes man. Her mom is a yes man. Her mom don't correct her own shit. Look at all the things that Porsha's done in terms of men. Marion Cordell was an aunt. Marion Simon was a different aunt, but her mom didn't give a fuck because the money was coming in. Her lifestyle changed to the better. So you have people that are like that will congratulate you and applaud you on the most bullshit that you find yourself into because it directly connects them to a better lifestyle, right? That's what it gives. All right, everybody around Porsha and anybody that try to tell her anything different and tell her about herself, like Dennis is like, I told you not to marry Simon. See, that's what I'm talking about. Why are you even? You knew you shouldn't have fucked with Simon, but because somebody's telling you the truth, now all of a sudden they public enemy number one. That's typical narc behavior for a person not to want to hear the truth because they always they're so used to hearing a lie. When you're living a lie and the truth is present, that shit don't go together. And Porsha, your ass know you've been wrong as two left shoes since your ass even got on this platform. And I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. But let's keep going, honey. All right, so we already see this here where Porsha posted this. I already showed you guys this. All right, we saw that. Let's keep going. So let's get into this where she's saying that Shamea's mom tried to sleep with her father. We've already heard this. I'll play it again just for old time's sake.
What our parents did because they were friends prior to us.
But you posted about my mom. You didn't post about what your mom did. You want to talk about that?
I don't know their relationship.
Should we talk about that?
I don't know that.
But you knew enough to tell that my mom bought your mom daycare.
Girl, everybody knows that. It's not a secret.
Yeah, but everybody doesn't know that your mom tried to sleep with my dad. Shamea came to dinner with one in the chamber. This just wasn't the one to unload.
Oh, man. She's about to explode. Porsha don't play about her mama.
Oh, my God. Where is my drink at? You and your mother are low-down dirty snakes.
No, you and your mama are low-down dirty snakes.
Yes,
and it's passed down from generation to generation. You are slithering dirty snakes. And I've kept my mouth closed long enough. I said I'm holding my mouth on it because I don't want to do that. And I don't want to embarrass her.
Oh, wait, who you embarrassed? Me? She don't give a what our parents did because they were friends. If my mama did something like that, baby, that would be on my mama. It's not true.
But every chance you get, you bring my mama. Why would you do that?
I've been sitting on this because I knew it already. And I took that home to my mom.
And what'd your mom say?
She was flabbergasted. You know why?
Wow.
Because your mom slept with your father's brother.
Girl, stop.
Yes, he did.
Girl, cut it the
mom was dating.
That's
my mom
so
was dating your father's brother. Your mother slept with him.
What's his name? Now tell me this. Which brother?
I don't know which brother.
Wouldn't give a hoo-hoo if his name was Jesus. If you said my mama slept with one of my uncles, I know that's a lie.
So my thing is this, Porsha, if you're gonna give a good read down and throw out pertinent information like that, bitch, y'all been friends for 20 some odd years. If you're gonna throw out saying that your mama slept with such and such uncle, you're gonna have to know this uncle's name. If you've been around Shamea and know her and been around her family, been to family reunions, you're gonna know this uncle's name. If she asking you who the fuck is this uncle and what is his name, you can't sit up and then say I don't know his name. You should know his name. You've been around Shamea for 20 years. Her mama is like a second mama to you. You done been to family reunions, you done been to her house to go eat chicken and potato salad and every damn thing else. So baby, you should know who this uncle is. You cannot throw out shade without giving all the information. All right, you can't do that. You can't do that. I'm sorry.
The correct response is absolutely not. You are lying. Not which one.
Do you not know? If my mama did something like that, baby, that would be on my mama.
Girl, now I told y'all Miss Diane was a little hot box back then. All right, and again, I think she groomed it. Is groom a good word? Let's say train. She trained her daughter, Porsha, very well because Porsha has the same mentality, all right, as her damn mama, okay? And I think her mama still thinks she young like Porsha, okay? She do. She dressed like she a little younger, and nothing wrong with that. She looks great. She had a few little nips and tucks, and nothing wrong with that either. But she definitely has her mama's. Porsha definitely has her mama's mentality when it comes to these men and how she be out here thotting and bopping. She do, really do. All right, so we saw that already. Let me make sure I showed you guys all the tee-hee-hee. Oh, yeah, this is a good one. Let's get into this because y'all, they still going. I want to give y'all all this tea, honey. Again, shout out to the Bravo Shade Room. So it said the Real Housewives of Atlanta truly broke hearts this evening. It said worst scene ever in the story of the show. I see both sides, but I wish Shamea continued to take the high road. Said that Porsha understands how to play the game and is much better at it. Said that Porsha has been reacting strategically and Shamea has been reacting emotionally. Emotions never win in these situations. I kind of agree with that. I kind of agree with this. Porsha been on the show for quite some time, so she kind of knows how to maneuver and how to look on TV. Certain things, I feel like she kind of avoided having conversations with Shamea, and I feel like Shamea was kind of like, talk to me, see me. Like, we got to talk, we got to have an interaction. You could kind of tell every time they would film scenes together, Shamea would always, like when Porsha tell a joke, Shamea would laugh. Okay, or she would kind of stare at Porsha. You know how a person, have you ever been in a room with a person that you don't really fool with, or you kind of don't know where you guys stand, and they will kind of stare at you like they want you to speak to them? Or maybe it's just me. I don't know. Have you ever been in that situation? I've seen it a lot this season where when they're all together, the girls are all together and Shamea is around Porsha or Porsha is around Shamea. Like even when they were talking about Shamea in a scene, Porsha jumped up and said, hey, I'm going to leave the scene because I don't even want to be around this because I don't want anybody to say I made a facial expression or anything like that. So I feel like Porsha really didn't want to go there with her. I feel like they kind of wanted to just stay in the space that they were in and not kind of undercut like they're doing right now, respectfully. But I feel like the shit was bound to happen, because there were words unspoken. And I feel like Shamea got tired of this ring around the rosy game that Porsha was playing with her, of ignoring her, because I feel like Shamea kind of really did want to fix the shit between she and Porsha. But Porsha put up this hard exterior, this wall, and Shamea just could not climb over that shit. She couldn't look around that shit. She just could not knock this fucking wall down. She tried to Mario stomp and everything else when it came to Shamea, to Porsha's wall, and that shit would not come down. So what better way to do it than to say, hey, let me bust this bitch out on TV, because I'm tired of your ass now, because you keep playing with me. Like, I'm not going to keep begging you for your attention. That's what it gives. Shamea clearly wanted to fix things with Porsha. Porsha did not want to fuck with her because it just makes more sense for Porsha to keep that. Y'all get where I'm going with it? To stay up here and keep this, this face like ain't shit going on. That's what it gives. That's what it gives. Because you didn't want her on the platform anyway. Every time Porsha sees Shamea on this show with this peach, it bothers her. It bothers her, even though you said out loud, and even to Andy Cohen, and I don't feel like she meant it. I feel like you said it out loud, maybe to get it on record, to say that, yeah, I did ask for Shamea to get on the show to have a peach. But I feel like you never wanted her to share that platform with you and to be here, because then it kind of comes to, are you trying to compete with me? Are you trying to take my spot? Like, I've been that girl all this time, and it's been understood when I signed this contract that I'm going to be here and you stay here. But it's given that you kind of creeping up and you might be trying to do this, and bitch, no. Friendship or no. Porsha is that girl to be like, hell no. I don't give a fuck how long we've been friends. Bitch, you're not going to surpass me. Stay your ass down there. So do I feel like she wanted to fix it? I feel like Shamea, the fact that she became emotional the way that she did, I feel like she didn't want to throw that information out on Porsha. I feel some deep, dark secrets that nobody should know about except the two of you. And you say that shit on national television on camera. Y'all can't come back from that shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And that's sad that a 20-something year of friendship. I have friends that I've been friends with for over 20-something years. I would never do no shit like that, right? I would just not fuck with you no more. But deep, dark secrets that I know would air you out and embarrass the fuck out of you in public, I would not do that. I would just choose to just wash my hands and say, I'm just not gonna fuck with you no more. You go your way, I'll go mine. If I see you in the streets, it's Cardi B. Don't speak. That's just how I feel. But let's continue, child. They said, I see why Shamea took this as her moment to finally unload the clip due to Porsha contradicting previous statements. I can see how all of these contradictions can be frustrating. All of her contradictions can be frustrating. 1 minute we are like sisters and we'll never allow our parents to get in between our friendships to my daughters can't play with your daughter. Says, but again, I say that Shamea should have taken the high road. I agree. Said neither of them should be fighting their parents' battles. Correct. Right. And it's so crazy because both of y'all parents are on the show. We would love to hear from Miss Diane, and we definitely would love to hear from Shamea's mom. Maybe y'all need to have, it should have been a scene where the two of them had a sit down conversation to air this shit out too, since y'all gonna talk about it. If you're gonna bring them up, Andy, y'all need get on the horn and get Shamea's mama and get Porsha's mama, since they filming anyway. And we need a scene. We need a good scene between the two of them to corroborate some of this bullshit, right? Mm-hmm. So the Tiffany Monique says that this is all around ugly. Said that this is all around ugly. I also think that P, meaning Phaedra, Porsha, made up a lie about Shamea's mom on the fly. It kind of gives that now that I look back on it, because like I said, Porsha's go-to is always to say that you slept with a married pastor. Like, how many married pastors are out there, Lord, that people are out here sleeping with? Said that Shamea let this show steal her essence and joy. Said that I agree with the ladies that she has this dark cloud over her. Stress and sadness will do that. This friendship fallout is the worst that I've ever seen. It's extremely disheartening, and this hurts to watch. That's what a lot of people are saying. So I think a lot of people were like this, fingers crossed this season with Shamea and Porsha kind of ironing things out and being friends again. Several interviews that we've seen where the question have come up several times. Even when Shamea was on Watch What Happens Live, Andy even asked her, do you see some reconciliation between you and Porsha? It's sad that you guys have been friends all this time and y'all can't fix this shit. And even Porsha has been asked in interviews, and she kind of tried to laugh it off and throw a little shade Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, it is what it is. We're just where we are. Like, she just don't have that forgiving spirit to be able to move past whatever it is that she and Shamea is going through. And I feel like it's deeper than what we actually heard on the show in terms of why they fell out. I really do. I feel like it's way deeper than what we saw on our screens in that particular scene as to why they're not friends again. But what do y'all think? Because baby, they really went there. They really, really went there. So I feel like that's all we have for that. I'm going to tap back in with you guys a little bit later on, but I do need to go ahead and end this video because I have got to get out the door. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Shout out to my top flight mods on modding and doing such an awesome job. Let me look at some comments right quick before I go, though. Let's see what y'all saying. Hey, Dr. Lily Young, she is a content creator. You guys check her out. Okay, check her out. Said that Porsha has always been selfish and jealous. She's very manipulative. Caught that too. Thank you for that. All right. This is how he did it. Says it. Not to mention both of them are Tarsus. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Okay. SG777 says that Shamea plans playing on the show ain't go how she thought it would. Yeah. Yeah. Aries Love says that technically Shamea is a true housewife in every sense of the word. She is. She is. She does hold that title. Said that Porsha is not. She just jumps in and out of situations to stay relevant and does. Glad you caught that. All right. Lies More Lies says that she was trying her best not to go there with Shamea all season. I think she was definitely avoiding Shamea. She was avoiding her. You could tell she was avoiding her. She didn't want to have that hard conversation. She didn't want to do that. But I think that Shamea got very, very impatient with Porsha and this little game that she was playing of ignoring her and trying to tap dance around her. She was like, bitch, I'm here. Just talk to me. She kept staring at her in scenes. You could see it where she was like, bitch, you see me, like, stop looking past me. And the crazy thing is, and let me say this and then we're going to get up out this. The crazy thing is when they had that mushy moment where Kelly and Porsha kind of hugged it out, even after they had that knockdown drag out about Porsha airing out Kelly about sleeping with this married pastor, even they made up. And Shamea made a point to say that it's crazy. And she became emotional when she said it. She said, it's so crazy to me how me and Porsha have been friends all this time. And she can hurry up and make amends with my friend, which is Kelly, but then she can't even apologize and fix things with me and her and our friendship. She said, I just don't understand how she can't forgive me, but she's quick to forgive everybody else. So it gives that Shamea was leaving the door open for some reconciliation between she and Porsha, but Porsha continued to like skip over her and look over her, and she would rather forgive Kelly, who is the most irrelevant bitch on the show, than her friend of 20 years. Did y'all catch that? Because I sure did. She hugged it out and cried and everything. Said, oh, I apologize to you, Kelly. You know, we should just get past this. It's just crazy how we're fighting. But then Shamea sitting there with this whole black cloud over her and tears in her eyes like, hello, I've been your friend for 20 years. What about me? Hello. Porsha was not even fucking with her on that. I said, damn. Oh, Porsha's cold-hearted. Porsha is cold-hearted. Now, that's a dark soul right there. That's a dark soul. All right, so Valerie Rayleigh said that I believe both Porsha and Shamea need to walk away from each other and live their best life. I agree. Well, they got to now. They don't have a choice now, right? Because once you go there and hit that far below the belt, there's no coming back. There's nothing else to say to each. Even if you apologize, it's still going to be that tension, right? It's not going. The friendship will never be the same because they went somewhere they shouldn't have gone, right? They went somewhere they shouldn't have gone. They really should have had a conversation off camera. Maybe on camera. I think they should have done it on camera because the fans and everybody have been kind of like hoping for this reconciliation or a conversation, a real conversation between the two of them. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't see it being the same anymore. Sometimes you can go too far with a person, and even if you apologize, the shit will just never ever be the same. SG says that Shamea just needs to accept whatever it is, and that they had it is over. It is. Oh, he said Porsha is a Cancer. That's even worse. Cancers can be very non-forgiving and on the fuck shit out here. Darling Mungum said that Shamea wants Candy and Porsha popularity. I can see that. I can see that. All right. Darlene Chestnut said you enjoyed the video. Thanks for being here, love. Okay, I try to give y'all some really good topics. All right, and make it very interesting. So thanks for stopping by. Said Caramel, Shamea, Dusty, or Tarsus. Okay, Shamea and Destiny or Tarsus. Both begging for friendship. Oh, this is how she did it. She clocked it. Okay, yes, okay. Dr. Lily Young said that this was a great live. Thanks, love, for being here. Okay, I really appreciate it. And y'all go please check out Miss Dr. Lily Young, because she does have some great stuff over there too. All right. And drop in the comments, Miss Lily Young, what type of commentary you do on your videos, okay, so that they will know what to look forward to when they come over to support you, okay. So yeah, y'all check out Miss Dr. Lily Young, because she does her own commentary as well. Y'all go check her out. I'm promoting her, okay, definitely. All right, so let's see, a few more, then we gotta go. Yvette McCurry says, I don't trust Shamea. She wants to be the star. Could be. She might be trying to take that top spot, and Porsha's like, bitch, no, you ain't. Let's see. This is how he did it. Said that Porsha is a Cancer, making us water signs look bad. Y'all try to kick her out of the zodiac sign. Let me find out. Last one line said that yes, you could tell that they got mad, that she got in her feelings. Said Shamea tried it. Y'all are going off. I love it. D Nice said that great show as always, Caramel. Everyone have an awesome Tuesday. Same to you, D Nice. And D Nice, you completely cracked me up with your comment earlier. Okay, I was over here cackling, trying not to like literally bend over in my video like I've been doing. Lord have mercy, that was funny to me. So shout out to you, D Nice. Thank you for interacting. Nicole says that Shamea is a people pleaser. Look how she did K Michelle. Boom, right? And her and K Michelle ain't really that cool. I think they don't follow each other and shit. Dr. Lillian said that Porsha is only making up with Kelly to get under Shamea's skin. Porsha is mad. Porsha is mad at her marriage to Simon didn't work, and Shamea is happily married. Boom. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. I'm laughing so hard I'm crying, y'all. All right. It's Audie said that Shamea was on the island by herself, and she did it to herself. I feel like she only grabbed up Kelly. I don't feel like that she and Kelly are real good friends. Like, I feel like she needed an alliance, and Kelly was just happy to do it because Kelly is a needy bitch. Kelly is very needy, and it just made sense for Shamea to reach for Kelly, and Kelly was happy to come along, right? Kelly is like a whole lap dog. She would wipe Shamea's face and everything when she was crying. I said, girl, if you don't get somewhere, sit down and go pay your employees. Only one Shadija says that, but Shamea acting like Destiny Payton when it comes to Mel. Ooh. You clocked it. Yes, she was. Okay. Oh, y'all clocking it. Lies Malai says, and maybe that was a game for Porsha. Said that she knew that might hurt Shamea, and it worked. And she didn't even see it for Kelly. She did not see it for Kelly, and it was really suspect how she and Kelly. Oh my God, yes, and Kelly, and even Kelly was doing a fake cry. And yes, Porsha, I just don't even see why we were fighting anyway. The whole time Shamea was sitting there like, yeah, all right, bitch. Oh, that was funny. Shamea was like, okay, yeah, y'all gonna do this shit in front of me. Y'all gonna hug it out and do all that. Really? That's what we gonna do? Okay. Aries Love says that I agree. Shamea shouldn't let this relationship, that she should let this relationship go. Porsha doesn't want it. Said that Shamea would be better off without it. Porsha is gutter. She is gutter. Porsha is a hot ass mess. Okay. She that friend you don't want. Porsha is loyal to no one but Porsha. I promise you. All right. Nicole says that Shamea is not innocent. Stop with her being a good friend crap. Boom. All right. All right. 3 more comments, then we gotta go. All right. And I said it 3 times. All right. So 79 Wishes says beyond the camera, they have each other's phone number. But we got to see this on camera play out, those 79 Wishes. Right? I would love for them to call each other and talk about what they need to, but I would love to see this shit, this interaction on camera. Because I mean, shit, y'all started it on camera. Might as well talk about it on camera, right? It's called ratings. Okay, ratings, girl, ratings. We want to see it. Tiffany says that I wouldn't want to be friends with someone like Porsha anyway. Nope. Let me tell you something. A bitch that say out of their mouth, and she wasn't even friends with Angela Oakley. She said, I should sleep with her husband since she want to try me. So this is your way of punishing somebody by saying you're going to sleep with their husband. Like, a bitch like that is not somebody you want to have as a friend. I'm sorry. You get that mad with me and say, oh, I'm going to go sleep with your husband to show you not to up and play with me no more. Girl, bye. I would never trust that bitch to be a friend. All right. Said the Cancers can be crazy too. And Leos too. I'm a Leo. Try it if you want to. All right, Donna Thorne says that I don't blame Porsha for not going there with Shamea. Okay. Said that you never beg someone to be your friend. Shamea needs to let it go and move the hell on. All right. Last comment. Cassandra says that the other ladies aren't a threat. Shamea is a threat. Said that she's a true housewife. Said that Porsha is threatened by Shamea taking her spotlight. Right. She saw Shamea come up. And notice how Porsha conveniently was late to Shamea's party. Now, mind you, you are her best friend. You and Porsha are best friends. Why did Porsha make a point to be late? Like noticeably late. Whenever Shamea was, y'all remember when Gerald was pulling off the cloth for Shamea get this new Rolls Royce for her birthday? Why was Porsha late as she was? And it came in, oh my God, hi everybody. Oh, this card's nice. Like, I feel like you did that shit on purpose, Porsha. I'm sorry. Right? I think you did it on purpose. I really think you did that shit on purpose to pop up at this girl's party and be fucking late. And then Shamea called it because Shamea was acting real nice, nasty. Like, really? Like, you late? Like, everybody, like, you got the invitation like everybody else. You knew what time to be here. Like, why the fuck are you here like a whole 30 minutes to an hour late? Like, you missed everything. Right? I feel like Porsha did that shit on purpose. But yeah, let's get out of here. I really feel like Porsha, she is a little jealous. And a lot of people say, oh, I don't think that Porsha is jealous of her. She has a nice house. But Porsha got to move out of her house in February. Did y'all know that? If she don't refinance that house by February, is her deadline of what the courts gave her. If she cannot refinance that house, Simon's house, in her name by February 2027, she got to move the fuck out and find somewhere else to move. Meanwhile, Shamea's in a $9 million home, in a marriage, has children, the lifestyle that Porsha has always wanted and desired, and ain't got to move no fucking where unless she chooses to move there. All right. So, all right. Yeah. But we clocked it. Thank y'all all for the comments. You guys all gave great comments. Okay. Say, but Shamea's home is bigger and better. And it is. Dr. Lily, Shamea got a bad house. I love the decorations, the color coordinations, all of that. The house is huge. It's beautiful. $9 million home, baby. Yes. Okay. But let's get out of here, guys. Love you guys down again. Shout out to my top flight mods, Rose Armstead, Tiffany Thomas, and Truth TV Podcast. Thank you to all the content creators that joined us live. I appreciate you all. Please check them all out. Dr. Lillian Young is here. Who else, child? Who else is here? Any other content creators here? All right, Astute Queen B. Astute Queen B, thanks for being here. Black Women in the Building. Miss Dee Dee, Simple My Family TV. Marcella, if you were here, thanks for being here. Jonetta Speaks, JCD Creation, Shay P, Shay Renee. Queen Speaks TV, Deary Talk, Schoolboy, Just a T, please. Britt's Block, if you're here, thanks for being here. Dr. Lillian Young. Hey, Peanut, if you're in the building, thanks for being here. Those are my usuals, okay? Hopefully I got everyone. Thank you guys for all being here. Till the next video, I will see you guys later. You guys have a wonderful day. Please keep your notifications on so you guys will know when I go live. Check me out on all publications under Caramel Rail. Check us out on our backup channel at Rail's World. All right. Love you guys down to the next one. Bye.
Yeah. You already know what time it is. It's your girl, Caramel. Let them know. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Stay coming through, giving all the people hell. She got the dopest piping tea, can't you tell? If you want the real spill, ring that bell. Join the Caramelian crew right now. Whole squad lit, we don't back down. Kick back, relax, enjoy the show. But hit that like button though. Stepping in the room, whole vibe shift quick. Pressure on 10, yeah, the tea stay thick. No cap, no filter, straight facts I spit. If it's hot in the streets, I'm addressing it. Caramel dripping, sweet but savage. Mic in my hand, I do real damage. Comment section jumping, crew stay active. Caramelian gang interactive. I don't sugarcoat, I tell lies. Real recognize, real every time I slide. If the drama too loud, I ain't amplified. Cause you know that she's a vibe, certified. Yeah, you know it's your girl Caramel. Stay coming through, giving all the people hell. She got the dopest piping tea, can't you tell? If you want the real spill, ring that bell. Join the Caramelian crew right now. Whole squad lit, we don't back down. Kick back, relax, enjoy the show. But hit that like button though. Like, coming, subscribe. We outside. Like, coming, subscribe. We outside. Caramelian crew worldwide. Turn the volume up real loud. She a whole mood, no doubt. Yeah. It's your girl, Caramel. Stay vibing, stay subscribed. Let them know.
I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I push my mind to a limit where it needs to be. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby.